The young man, named Alex, took Lila to meet his parents. They lived in a grand mansion on the outskirts of the city, surrounded by impeccable gardens and servants. Lila was nervous as she entered the mansion, unsure of how she would be received by Alex's family. To Lila's dismay, Alex's parents did not welcome her with open arms. They saw her eccentric behavior and her jungle upbringing as a mark of inferiority and made it clear that they did not believe she belonged with their son. Lila's heart broke at their rejection. Despite the cold reception from Alex's parents, Lila was determined to win them over. She spent hours learning about the city's customs and etiquette and worked hard to prove that she was worthy of their son's love. But still, they remained skeptical of her. As time passed, Alex's parents began to see the kindness and grace that Lila possessed. They watched as she cared for the people of the city, using her knowledge of the jungle to heal the sick and injured. Slowly, their hearts softened towards her, and they began to see her in a new light. One day, Lila decided it was time for Alex to meet her family and friends in the jungle. With excitement and a bit of apprehension, she led him through the dense forest, eager to share her world with the man she loved. Lila's parents welcomed Alex with open arms, happy to see their daughter so content. They shared stories of Lila's childhood, and Alex felt a deep connection to the place that had shaped the woman he loved. Narrator: Lila also introduced Alex to her jungle friends, the animals she had grown up with. From playful monkeys to majestic elephants, Alex was amazed by the bond Lila shared with these creatures. That night, Lila and Alex camped under the stars. Lila shared stories of her adventures and the wisdom of the jungle. As the sounds of the forest surrounded them, Alex felt a deep sense of peace and belonging. Finally, after many trials and tribulations, Alex's parents gave their blessing for him to marry Lila. The entire city came together to celebrate their union, with music and dancing filling the streets. Lila was overjoyed to finally be accepted by the people she had grown to love. Not long after their marriage, Lila gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. The child had her mother's wild spirit and her father's gentle nature, bringing joy to everyone who met her. Lila and Alex were grateful for the happiness that their daughter brought into their lives. As the years passed, Lila became known as the Queen of the Jungle in the city. Her wild ways and compassionate heart endeared her to all who knew her, and she was respected and admired by everyone. She had found her place in the world, bridging the gap between the jungle and the city. Despite her happiness in the city, Lila could never forget the jungle that had been her home for so long. She would often slip away into the trees, spending hours exploring the familiar paths and listening to the calls of the animals. The jungle would always hold a piece of her heart. As the years went by, Lila became known for her wisdom and insight. People from all walks of life would seek her counsel, knowing that her years in the jungle had given her unique perspective on the world. She was respected as a leader and a mentor to many. One day, Lila made a decision to return to the jungle that had been her home for so long. She bid farewell to the city and journeyed back into the trees, guided by the memories of her childhood. The jungle welcomed her with open arms, and she knew that she had come full circle. Back in the jungle, Lila found a sense of peace and contentment that she had been missing in the city. She spent her days exploring the familiar paths and communing with the creatures that called the jungle home. It was a new beginning for her, a chance to reconnect with her roots. But Lila's peace was soon disrupted by a great challenge that faced the jungle. A fierce storm swept through the trees, destroying everything in its path. The animals were in danger, and Lila knew that she had to take action to protect her beloved home. With bravery and determination, Lila rallied the creatures of the jungle to work together to rebuild and restore their home. She led them through the wreckage, using her knowledge of the jungle to guide them. Her courage inspired all who knew her, and they followed her without question. After days of hard work and perseverance, the jungle began to bloom once more, the trees stood tall and strong, and the animals returned to their homes. Lila had saved her home from destruction, and she was hailed as a hero by all who lived in the jungle. Her legacy would live on for generations to come. With the jungle restored to its former glory, Lila knew that it was time for her to say goodbye. She had found peace and purpose in the jungle, but she knew that her place was with her family in the city. With a heavy heart, she bid farewell to the creatures that had been her companions for so long. As Lila returned to the city, she was met with open arms by her husband and daughter. They embraced her with tears of joy, grateful to have her back in their lives. The city welcomed her as a hero, honoring her for her bravery and strength. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, share and put on the notification bell.